Who are you and what did you do?
Hey, Brandan here. Today I just won first place with my hero deck. So let's get right into it. Right, before we get into the build, I did top a Heart of the Underdog event, so it was a case tournament with a custom ban list. So awesome Jaden Yuki signed token.
Nice.
Signed by Mr. Jaden Yuki himself. Let's get right into the profile. Stratos was at 2 this format, so we played 2 Stratos. It felt pretty bad with 2, but honestly not bad enough where I might put it in the last one when I go back to my normal build. Especially with the new Ian Shuffle card, this card might not come back to 3. But it's still MVP. I played against a lot of trap decks. The pop back row is not targeting, so make sure you normal summon it, just say pop back row, and let them sweat in their seats. We got 2 Shadow Mist. There's actually no explanation needed for this. This card is super standard for 2. 3 is too many, 1 is too little. Play at 2. Next, we got the 1 Liquid Soldier. Liquid Soldier, you don't need to play at more than 2. If you play it right and you just don't overextend, you will only need 1. Next up, we got Honest Neos. This card can clinch up games under Nib. You can punch over things like towers, Avermats, with no summon Stratos. Don't cut it, and also it's if you need to do Fusion Destiny, I did this a lot today. Phoenix Forcer got bounced back into the Etcher deck. I had another Fusion Destiny, went back into it with Honest Neos and random Destiny Hero. And finally, we got something I was testing out. Spirit Neos to protect me from battle, and search out the new card, Ian Shuffle. Honestly, the card did very well, allowing me to win one of my games against a hero mirror match. That's the hero package. Let's go into the Vision Heroes. 3 Ferris. Yeah, it's an extender. It allows you to dump a card. It's always great with Mally or Shadow Mist, and of course, you can always use it to chain block your Shadow Mist. So definitely play at 3. We have 1 increase. Now, you might be saying, oh, you said 2, play at, last time you did a deck profile, you said play at 2. I was forced to play at 1 for a while, and I realized you do not need 2. There's so many games where I drew this card, and I just didn't need to do the Ferris line. With cards like Hero Lives at 3 and Fusion Destiny, all being 1-card combos, you do not need Vision Hero increase. And there's more cards that enable you to get around the Ferris line, so also it plays right into Nib. So many people love playing Nib these days. Next up, we got 2 Bion. It's a great normal summon, of course, if you have this stuff in your deck, but once the 2 Shadow Mists are used up, Bion and the Poly, Bion is not the greatest normal summon of all time. The only time I'd probably normal summon it for sure is with Mass Change, or I need to. That lines up the Vision Heroes. Let's go into Destiny Heroes. We've got Destiny Hero Plasma. Today, it wasn't the MVP, honestly. That would be DP, but it's still pretty good, and I'll definitely play it, especially in the current format. Next up, we got my 2 Destiny Hero Mallies, and of course, we played the 3rd with Denier. Whenever you're doing a combo, make sure you always get Denier into Grave with it. It just allows you to send over so much more stuff and play through so many more hand traps. And finally, we line up the Destiny Heroes with Dark Angel. I was on this card before. You saw in the profile, I was on it beforehand. We had a Striker player, really annoying, so I was like, man, this card says no. It says no to Striker. So I played it, and now it's still definitely good. And even if you don't play against Striker player, just make it, and if it's a trap deck, they can't go into like a trap, duality, things like that. So very, very good. That's not it for the monsters. We got 2 very nice cards. We got Crosskeeper. Now, this card does read Fake Hero. It basically just reads Fake Hero, which you might think is kind of dog, but honestly, if you open this into Stratos, you go Crosskeeper into Stratos, normal summon Bion, and you got full combo right there. And when you fuse with the Liquid Soldier, you can banish this, draw 2, pull 1 back, draw 2, discard 1. You just went through 4 cards. You're seeing Fusion Destiny, you're seeing your hand traps, you're seeing everything. Also, put back increase. It's funny. That lines up to monsters. Let's go into spells and traps. 3 Hero Lives. Paying half your life points is nothing if it means Dark Law. 3 Fusion Destiny. Also 1 card. Both of these are 1-card combo, but Fusion Destiny is way better. Most of my games were DPE control with me going Fusion Destiny or fusing it to hard fusing it. So yeah, definitely playing 3 now that it's back at 3. 3 Mass Change. I did not go into Dark Law that much these games, but Mass Change was still good to dodge things like effect failures, imperms, and just trigger things like Acid. So definitely about 3. If you're gonna play like things in the tier format, it's play at 3. Yeah. 2 triple attack. I was kept on being told like 3 is too much. You're gonna draw into another one, or you draw multiples. I do believe now 2 is the greatest number. Saves you some room as well. So 2 is definitely number. For heroes, we do so many different things that it's hard to know what you want to make your board against. So if they hand trap you, you go triple attack, look into the hand. Oh, they're playing a trap deck. Oh, they're playing a spell deck. Let's go into Dark Angel. Oh, they're playing a monster heavy deck that needs their on field. You go into Plasma. Very, very good. Double D-Force. This card is actually crazy against tiers. Can't target them, can't do anything else. Honestly, this card did win me a game, and I didn't really see it much with Plasma not really acting for most of the game. But the double D-Force definitely does pump up your Plasma, and also D-Force just says win sometimes, so you might as well. 1 Rhoda. Searches basically everything in the deck. And then we got the 1 Ian Shuffle. I'm going to play this at 2, but I was only able to get my hand on 1. This card was actually an MVP a few of my matches, and this is what we search off of Spirit of Neos. Draw 1 you don't really need, because you're going to go plus like a million with Hero Lives, Stratos, add a hero, Ian Shuffle, Shadow Mist, add a Mash Change. You just went plus crazy. Miracle, Poly, don't need to explain it. Sunrise, Vion, that's really it. Since I could not play cards like Super Poly and Rivalry, I have 3 Imperms. Came up twice in this format. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, they're pretty good. So that lines up the main deck. Let's move on to the extra. We have 1 Trinity. Now, this says under D-Shifter, go into a Poly and Poly 3 heroes, and then just swing 3 times per game. Won a few times with it during other matches, but so far for this tournament, didn't need it. Baguska, this card is actually crazy. Let's say you're getting hand trapped to death. Make him pass. You end up with so many level 4s on your deck with Crosskeeper, Hero Lives. You got your normal, and you got Ferris going to Vion. So, actually, no, you can't do this after going to Ferris. But, yeah, there's still so many ways. So, play him to stall out. That's for the little 2 weird ones, I'd say. Standards are Ab-Zero, Sunrise. If you're new to heroes, Escudo has to be played because of being locked in Fusion Destiny. And then this, of course, no explanation. Very good. I've used this pop so many back rows, just going for game. The attack increase helped me dodge Nadir Servant so many times as well. And not Nadir Servant, sorry. Dogmatic Punishment, so that's awesome. Ab-Zero, Liquid Soldier, draw 2, then draw 2 next turn with Miracle. You know the combo. Standard. 2 Dark Law, and then I guess this one can sometimes get cut. If you're going against back row decks, which aren't as prevalent, you definitely want this. And it was definitely a threat against a lot of the back row decks I played, so they just wouldn't let me go through with my Mass Change. Blast is pretty good in case you get Veilered on Stratos. But of course, if you're going against like a Swordsoul matchup, Blast Effect, pop back the Blackout, you kind of win the game. So that lines up the Masked. Destiny heroes, we got Dangerous, Phoenix Enforcer. MVP, just controlled the board. And then we got Dangerous. He really didn't come up. He came out once for a body. Let's search off Shadow Mist. There's a lot of combos with him. But why go into him when you go into him? So Dread Decimator. I cut him before. I put him back in today. There was a game where I was under Dynamorphia, and he did the half attack thing, and then I linked into him, continuous attack for continuous to gain attack, swung over his Dynamist, because I had a Phoenix Enforcer in the field, dealt lethal off that, so that's insane. Didn't go to him enough. I was so scared to nib, and for the right reasons. So yeah, double cross, don't play less than 2. You definitely bring back your DPE and do your combos. That finished up the lineup of the extra deck. We're gonna go inside. Got some spicy ones for this. Blazeman. A lot of people have been talking about this. I haven't seen the forums, but the thought behind this is if you need a second way to search Poly, which Actually, the Spirit of Neos was for when I wouldn't sign this in. Under D-Shifter, and you want to search it under. I had to search it under a Dark Law. You go into him. He's very good for searching out Poly because Vine cannot search Poly under Shifter, Dark Law, so you're kind of screwed. So that's the theory behind him. We got Pank. Never went to him. I wasn't really too scared of going second, so I wouldn't be playing him. Droll. This hurts a lot of rogue decks, and it also hurts Flu, Drytron. We didn't see him today, but if I did see him, I would hardly lose if I went second. We have Double Ash. Didn't come up too often. I sided in against a decent amount of decks, but even then, just didn't see it. Double Nib didn't side it in. It was a lot. There felt like I was going a lot more against trap decks, which heroes strive against. So no Nib was necessary this time. 3 Dark Rulers. I was actually kind of terrified of Christia. There was this guy on Christia, and you know, heroes don't really have an out once you go into Christia and Magnetic Turtle because we rely on our battle phase. So if I was going second, I definitely need Dark Rulers. Harpies, Cosmics. These are kind of standard. A lot of back row decks. They don't destroy us, but I mean, you might as well have them than not have them. And Cosmics over Twins because you can't afford to discard, and you want to. A lot of cards want to be sent to destroy to send it to graveyard. Cosmics says no, banish it. Underlord of Heavenly President also banishes as well. So that lines up the side deck. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our matchups because the hero theory is very difficult because we do so many things. So we're talking about the mirror match. Mirror match, I had to go second. Under Dark Law, it's really difficult. I had a Fusion Destiny, DP of course being the MVP. I popped his Dark Law and then I just tried to out-resource him with DPE. He had his own DPE of course, but like since I had nothing on the field and he had stuff, I just killed everything and then I finally went to my plays. So yeah, we did that. Going to side, I went 2-0 every single game, so there's only one attempt for siding in. Yeah, I sided in this for Dark Law, and it did come up. Hero lives into him, and I searched out the Poly. So I searched out the Poly. I was going to go into Trinity, and I was going to go kill his entire board and win. But he actually Dark Law sniped out my Poly, so I couldn't do that. Ended up having to just beat over it with a normal summon Shroud, search Honest Neos. That's why you don't cut it. Game 1, of course, I went to Spirit of Neos, searched out the Ian Shuffle. Because I was under him, I was trying to out-resource him. I Ian Shuffled away the Spirit of Neos, made a Dark Law, and that allowed me to just get that resource bonus over him. And of course, Game 2, I Droll locked him, because, again, it hurts rogue decks, so definitely hurt him. He still had the Dark Law, so if I couldn't out it, I was going to lose. Because that was match 1. Going to match 2, it was against Striker. Striker's so free. I play against that every single day. Like, actually, the thing about Striker is you really have to go in for your Dark Angel plays, but you might play right into Nib. What I was used to was I would go into Phoenix Control, and with a combination of Vision Heroes playing on his turn and my turn to never hit 5 summons, just going in for game. Match 3, we came into the Dynamorphia, and for that, I just Bagooska'd him, and then I waited until I could go into Plasma with double D-Force. Couldn't out it. Game 1, it was also game 1, I went to Dread Decimator. He halved his life once I said, swung over it. So yeah, it's kind of easy. Heroes get so many attack points that bringing their health so low is super dangerous. Game 4, it was only 4 matches. I went up against a Labyrinth player. Of course, top decking the Harpies. Game 2 for turn 4 did help. I had to go second every single time. Signing things like Cosmics, but the pressure with Stratos is he knows I have the second Stratos in hand. He knows I have the Stratos in hand, and he knows I'm special out stuff, so I could go normal summon, pop back row, and that causes him to use up so many resources. Again, I use DPE to control the board, and there's not much you could do with making it a clean 1-for-1. So I just out-resourced him, and heroes could easily do that, so GG's. Yeah, that's all, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'd like to give a shout out to TCG. They sponsor everything we do with Highlander Duelists. Of course, if you're at UCR, please go check out the club. We're on campus. We do host a lot of free tournaments, and we do a lot of meetings. It's a great community. Please check it out. Big shout out to Will for hosting the tournament.
That's me.
A lot of it came out of pocket, and he talked to me for so long playing this. So hopefully all the hair pulling was worth it, and that you had a great time hosting.